Hello, here is BB Walker, welcome to my channel. Today we are inside Mitsubishi Pajero from 1996. As you may know from my channel, this is my car, my hobby car that I use for off-road journeys and so on. And I invest a lot of money to, restore and renovate the frame, remove the corrosion and so on. And in this movie, it's kind of free speech movie. I will be comparing it to my new Mitsubishi Outlander, which is a 25 years younger car. Of course, it's some kind of fun because it's difficult to compare the cars over 2 decades, with the gap between over 2 decades. But I would like to show you how this car industry changes during this year, and it will be some kind of sentimental journey, because if you take a look at the car from 90s, they were built very tough. The engines were so powerful. I got 3.5 liter for Europe. This is a very big engine, because we got over 200 horsepower in this Pajero, and nobody cares about the CO2 emissions and these ecological issues. In 2020 there is a lot of pressure put to the car producer to produce car more eco-friendly, so they need to limit the CO2 emission, and they put turbochargers in this. But those older classic times, even if you go back to 60s to 70s, the cars with 5 liter engine, 7 liter engine, it's completely history. Now it's only a kind of sentimental journey. You can buy such a car to play with them going for a weekend, but nobody is buying such a car for everyday driving with children to school, because of course the fuel consumption is horrible, and the fuel prices is rising still. So it's a kind of fun, it's a kind of piece of history. And in this video I'm comparing those two cars. As I said, I would like to show you the differences, how these modern cars are advertised as SUV, but the older SUVs was really SUV. The height position, we have measured the height position. I mean, what is the ground clearance, what is the height from the floor for the road to the another parts of car. So in this video we will see a lot of comparison with some measurements done, and the overall look side by side, how looks the Mitsubishi Outlander and the 25 years old Mitsubishi Pajero, which is a classic car now. And many people ask me on the road, even they are when I'm parking somewhere, they're going and ask me how old this car is. It's a great condition. So this Pajero produces a lot of interesting in people around. They are very curious what this car is and how I get it. So some even are very jealous about this car. So even my new Outlander doesn't make any like this old classic Pajero. And I also decided to make this movie because I would like to give you my personal experience, my personal feelings about driving the Pajero and driving the Outlander. So of course the Outlander is a new car with a lot of electronic fancy equipment. It's very silent. This automatic gear transmission works perfectly, this CVT, so you are just sitting and going. There is a silence, there is this automatic cruise control, so you don't even need to worry about the stuff that's going on. And the acceleration is worse. I mean, the Pajero has 210 horsepower, the Outlander has 150, but if you have this 3.5 liter engine, you feel this power. I mean, if you press the acceleration pedal on the second gear, on the third gear, you really feel that there that could give you if you need it. And if you of course enable the reduction gears, you get a lot of pulling power. So the overall experience driving the modern car, of course the Outlander is only an example, because I'm talking about in general driving modern cars, where everything is so smooth, so nicely, and it's like a pony, if I want to make some comparison. But driving such a beast like 3.5 liter in Europe is a beast. Of course, I know that in United States people are driving cars with 7-liter engines, even those classic like Ford Mustang and so on. So if I compare the driving with the Pajero to something, it's like driving a horse, like a Mustang, a wild kind of animal. So of course it has its humors. It's not like predictable like these modern cars. There's only ABS system. There is no traction control on something like this, so everything is on your side. You have this standard road momentum to the rear axis. If you need, you are enabling the 4-wheel drive, you lock the differences, so everything is on the driver. In these modern cars like Pajero 4-wheel drives, of course we are talking about SUVs, 4-wheel drives, which are not a race car. It's not a sedan, it's a super fast sporty car. It's a wagon, so it's a car for transporting family, transporting some goods from the store and going into vacation, going outside the city on a weekend. But they are much more like a modern sport car. I mean, they accelerate good. They have all this systems on board. I mean, the traction control, the momentum to 4-wheel drive is splitted by the computer automatically. So if you lose the traction of any wheel, front wheel, it attaches the front the momentum to the front axis, and gives you more comfortable on the road. Of course, the stability ESP systems are all the time active, so they do whatever they need to keep you on the road safety. But in these old school cars, all these SUVs, or these cars like Pajero, Land Cruisers from 90s, you get the whole control of the driving. And of course it's challenging for someone who doesn't drive such a beast, because this car is over 2,000 kilograms, 2,050 if I remember. It has a pulling capacity of 3.5 tons, so it's a beast, and it's a lot of power in there. Of course, you're sitting much higher, you see more. Now you can see how the view comparing to Outlander and Pajero looks like. I will give you some photos during this video, so you're able to see what are the differences, the height of the front door, the height of the mirrors. Everything is much higher than you have in modern cars. Of course, they are aerodynamic. The shape of the body of the car is now is more polished, because they want to reduce the fuel consumption, and the Pajero is more aggressive, simple angles. The front windshield is almost on 50 degrees angle, maybe more. It's more like vertical wind, not as much going to horizontal like in modern cars. So everything is of course to make the car be more ecologic, more economic, to going on the road more in more convenient way. So of course, if you are going with Pajero, I have made a lot of renovation, a lot of things with engine, but the most important part was on the frame, because the frame is corroding in such cars, and you can see the photos. I completely disassembled the car. I mean, not I'm personally, but the company that I was asking to do this. So they completely disassembled the frame from the body of the car. They put it and lifted everything, and then they use a sanding process and putting new protection against rust and so on. So I will give you some photos on this. And so if you take a care of this car and driving it, of course the high speed like 220, 240, sorry, not 200, 140 kilometers per hour, if you are driving on the highways, you feel a lot of vibration, even if all the wheels are balanced and all the things is done. But you know, the 25 years in car industry is a great progress. It's like you know, I don't know, compare the early rocket to, you know, super nice space shuttle. So the progress is great. But this, I think this old cars, so all this movie is about some kind of, you know, of sentimental feelings. This old car has this soul, has this power, this you know, they give me a lot of fun while I'm driving. And even my family there, they said, which car would you like to go? And everybody said, yes, we take Pajero, go to forest and somewhere outside off-road, because it's a lot of fun, even for the children, sitting in the back trunk and just playing there. So driving this gives you a lot of fun and some kind of sentimental, good emotional feelings. I don't even know how to, you know, express it, how to name it. I think you need to feel it driving such a car, and you will feel the difference between the modern, super smooth and nicely you know, car where everything is electronic, automatic, and it tells you everything you need to know and warns you about the surroundings, 360 cameras and so on. But if you're driving such an old beast, you will be very happy. And for the end of the video, if you are interested in more about this Pajero, my project, what I'm done in here, so just give me a comment and I will try to make more videos if you are interested. So thanks for watching. It was BB Walker. I hope you are safe in this pandemic situation, so stay home or go to forest with your four-wheel drive car, and see you later. Good luck. Yeah, that's some madness. Alright, so this car is a classic manual four-wheel drive. Here we have the central differential locking. We have the ability to lock the rear differential on the rear axis. We got the Super Select 2 version, which allows us to, you know, change the momentum, change the gear drives during the driving. You don't need to stop and make anything. So it was a revolutionary technology from 1995. So a lot of fun with here, and today we compare everything.